Hi, this is Something Fangirly, and this is my girlfriend. And damn that TV.
Let me take care of that.
I'll just turn it off.
This is,
What a way to start out the video.
this is the most fantastic vlog on all the 2Ubs.
So, we just finished marathoning all of the Star Wars, save for,
Episode 7. Because it's not legally released yet for download in any sort of way.
But we saw it Christmas Day, so...
Well, you know, I could watch it a couple more times.
Yeah, but we get the point. So this is longtime fan obsessed with every single detail versus practical virgin to the series.
Except for Gungans and Ewoks. And I can't remember that race that the expanded universe brought in. They're like all powerful. Start with a V, very strange. Probably get some hateful comments on it. So there you go, you get some comments on your vlog.
Yay! Okay, so first things first, I loved it. I mean, of course, the original trilogy is like definitely better than the prequels. That being said, the prequels, in comparison to the original trilogy, yeah, they're really bad. But I think people tend to overdo the hate, like, oh, these are the worst things ever created. Yeah, it can use a lot of improvements, but it has a few good points. Could have been utilized better in many ways. But, I don't know. And I actually like Anakin.
So we all know that the worst thing that's in relation to the Star Wars universe is the Star Wars Holiday Special, and then followed by Turkish Star Wars, which is fantastically better than the Holiday Special. So I suggest you all watch it. So when you frame it in that way, the prequels are, better. And there's a lot of reasonable gripes about the sometimes wooden acting and the overuse of CGI and the lack of practical effects and the overused recycling of the soundtracks and the mostly unimaginative characters that get introduced. Except for Padme. Padme is definitely a really good addition to the prequels and the actual universe in and of itself. It shows a strong, capable, smart woman who, strictly speaking, don't need no man, but she does get a Jedi, and that's almost like a man. And, well...
And good lord, her outfits.
Every single one of her outfits is amazing, and I want them, and most people do, honestly. I mean, you could sell them for quite a bit, I'm sure. The gold that's in her headdresses and everything. So it's going to be a 25-minute video of just guffawing over her outfits. Clearly.
Okay, let's get to more specifics.
So let's frame it in the... not very good off-the-cuff kind of talking. Let's start with episode 1. The 4th Star Wars movie of 7 movies, which came out 3 movies before 7, because Star Wars universe makes sense.
As some of you may know or may not know, I already did a video when I attempted to watch Phantom Menace with Wax. I'll put it in the link below if you haven't seen it. And the first time, I could not make it through 10 minutes of it. I made it through 15 minutes because of fucking Jar Jar Binks. I still hate that little fuck.
So I believe I can agree with absolutely everybody who I've ever spoken to on the internet that it wasn't 5 when the Phantom Menace came out, that Jar Jar Binks is horrible, and thankfully probably did die when the Emperor started to wipe out the non-human races from the galaxy. BT dubs, spoilers, space racism.
I'll put that in tags or whatever. Alright, YouTube, I don't care.
Spacism, if you mind, spacism. Totally different than.
I know, it's like inside joke. Phantom Menace. Fuck Jar Jar Binks. Anyway, but I will say that the difference between, there is a difference in who you watch it with. The first time I watched it with my friend Wax, and he was, kind of seething, oh my god, this is so painful. So that attitude kind of translates, feeling-wise. But with you, I'm just, relaxed and hanging out.
Because if I spent the entire time being very angry at the characters in the movie in and of itself, who would want to watch it?
Yeah.
Your shared audience experiences tend to be an influence over what you're seeing. So if you're watching, say, Sharknado 2 with people who understand that's a horrible movie, and it's there to be funny in its own ways, and you laugh at its horrible production values and everything, you're likely to enjoy it. If you bring it across the Academy board, they may just take the disc out of the machine, because they still do use DVDs, and split it in half, and then use it to slit their own wrists. So, audiences vary.
Okay. Now that being said, now that I had more room to, I don't know, feel the movie for what it is.
Appreciate it for what it is, yes. And not what it's not.
Yes. Let's see. I want to say, I didn't mind seeing Anakin grow up kind of stuff. I thought that was no, it's not perfect or anything, but for what it is, I don't know, it's kind of cute and pretty cool. The acting for everyone who's played Anakin in the prequels, it's not great. It's not the best acting ever, but I've seen much worse.
Jake Lloyd was one of the 2 actors who proceeded to play Anakin Skywalker, and then basically quit making films afterwards. Strange enough, he didn't do very much after the movie. Of course, nothing really of value, and neither here nor there, so it's just padded for the video. And Hayden Christensen also kind of left Hollywood afterwards, very strangely. Probably going to blame George Lucas on that one, but who knows?
Do you?
Yeah, I blame George Lucas for a lot of things.
Everyone does.
Most of my therapy bills.
So I think, if you remove Jar Jar Binks from everything is infinitely better, obviously.
They could have easily gotten someone else to help destroy the Galactic Senate. Yeah. But, they decided in the end, spoilers from the later part of the video, where you actually see that Jar Jar is key, because he's so absolutely non-force sensitive, it's so easy to control that I don't even think it took the Jedi mind trick to get him to be like, Misa wants to destroy democracy, Sam. That's the last time I'll speak of him in relation to at least episode
1. Okay, and I kind of did, I did enjoy seeing, why am I... Okay, it's been a long marathon.
So let's frame this in a way of specific critiques and criticisms, or at least happy thoughts on particular characters, because, there might be 1 or 2 of you who haven't seen the movie. What did you think of Qui-Gon Jinn?
I liked him. I did. I thought he was good. I thought the young Obi-Wan was... I liked the young Obi-Wan. Seeing the progression of that. The count... I think the council... I liked seeing the council. I think that was a good decision, because, there had to be some kind of order. Samuel L. Jackson in it. You can't go on.
Mace Windu, played by Samuel L. Get these motherfucking Sith out my motherfucking government. Windu was a very interesting choice for actors. There are a number of cameos that you come to find in the later produced Star Wars movies, and he actually did a pretty good job as a mostly grumpy Jedi. I also agree on Qui-Gon Jinn. I think having Ewan McGregor not punch wolves, not yell over the phone, and give you an idea of why Obi-Wan Kenobi is the way he is very good character story. Of course, one thing that I like to reflect on is that George Lucas, when he gained as much control as he did over his own properties in Star Wars, kind of made it a little bit fan servicey, as it were, to try to get more people into theaters. So you see R2-D2 and you see C-3PO, you see Obi-Wan Kenobi, you see all these characters. But actually having Obi-Wan Kenobi framed as not this great, amazing Jedi, but as someone who, finds loss and then finds power in, his growing roles and everything is a really good thing that goes through the series. But I really, really wish there would have been more roles to punch in episode 1.
There.
I'll get over it.
After, I don't know, 30 years, you have it.
So, Darth Maul, the main protagonist in the film. How do you feel about Darth Maul?
Oh, Darth Maul. Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, one thing that differed from the original trilogy to the prequels is that while there is a couple of overlying threats, the Separatists and Palpatine, there is no main action villain that is all throughout. So, episode 1, you have Darth Maul get sliced in half because, unfortunately, they treated him like a complete tool. Then you move on to Count Dooku into 2 and into 3, and then also General Grievous in episode 3. And not having that solid line of a consistent villain who's trying to thwart you as opposed to trying to control you kind of made things a little bit disjointed. But if Darth Maul was there through all 3 movies, one, a lot of people will agree that he was definitely a badass. Double-sided lightsaber? Yeah, super cool. He could have friggin' jetted right after he killed Qui-Gon Jinn. Spoilers, by the way. And just left, Ewan McGregor, oh wait, I need Obi-Wan Kenobi, upset, and, go through a revenge plot, but they didn't decide to do that. I mean, they could have gotten a lot more marketing material out of Darth Maul, honestly. But then again, the makeup was probably rough on the actor who played him, so I can forgive.
Didn't they make, enough toys already?
No.
No?
No. Never enough Star Wars toys. There's still a few aliens from the cantina scene in episode 4 that have not been replicated in a 3rd mold. By the way, there's at least 3 molds, because you have the original 1977 through 84 releases,
This
their
is
toys,
the nerd I love.
which is, less detailed than the 1996 through 99 molds. There were a few variations, obviously, on characters, because for basically every outfit change, there was a figure change for characters, and, you have your stormtroopers, you have your snow stormtroopers, you have your stormtroopers with the little things for the desert, you have your TIE Fighter troopers, you have your special TIE Fighter troopers, and I could do a video on this, but I'm not going to. But then for the release of the prequels, they also did a few minor releases of the original trilogy. And then for episodes leading up to episode 7, there was at least another release. Stop me now. I know.
Let's go to Yoda.
Yoda. So, for those who know, the original release of episode 1 had a puppet Yoda, which was ugly as fucking sin.
And if I saw it, I was too young to remember anything, so that's a blessing for me.
Traumatization works in very interesting ways, clearly. So, for the re-release, which I believe they started on 2nd DVD releasing. I don't remember properly. But anyways, they replaced it with CGI Yoda, which, while CGI was definitely overused in the prequel trilogy, it was a godsend for Yoda. Giving Yoda, this responsibility that one could assume from the original trilogy, and, all these people who look up to him, it's a joke, and as a joke and everything. It wasn't really meant to be a joke, but he's this 800-year-old, wise old little green thing. And, you eventually see how much of a badass he is. I think, if
I love his fights.
There have been 5 more movies in the prequels. There have been episode -7. Yoda does a backflip and kills a dude. probably. So I'm glad we got a little taste for Yoda, but not too much. Going deeply into every character we saw in the original trilogy would have been overkill, but having that as was good. And
I think this video is going to be taking 30 minutes instead of 25.
Whatever. It's your account anyways. Are you going to share ad revenue with me? Is that how Tumblr works? You get ad revenue, and you get reports for using footage from shows in a fair use manner.
I'm not going to be editing anything. I don't know how to edit shit.
How many death threats are we going to get for this video? Because I'm used to telling I'm used to it on YouTube. As all YouTubians are.
My last comment got 2 random people who have no lives who just want to make other people feel bad, and I just ignored them because I have better things to do with my time. So.
This is YouTube, apparently.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna have to upload it to YouTube first, and I didn't really get that many comments when I put it on Tumblr.
Shucks, I was some controversy.
So maybe now that I am close to a thousand
people. Moving on to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Did we cover Obi-Wan Kenobi, or we just touched on in Qui-Gon Jinn conversation?
Qui-Gon Jinn, I think.
Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The revenge arc, it would have been better that way.
Yeah, so on and so forth. So I think I would agree with you in saying that Obi-Wan Kenobi is really, really cool, and Ewan McGregor is really, really cute. So that's mostly what my comment's going to be.
Obi-Wan Sass Master Kenobi.
Yes, he is.
And I did like the interactions between between him and Anakin, in episodes 2 and 3. I like those. Because you could very much see that he was kind of impatient when he was a Padawan, and he's taking that knowledge he learned that he's learned to Anakin. I mean, doesn't end up working so well, but I mean, he legitimately tries, and he probably sees a lot of himself in Anakin.
I loved you. You were like a brother to me.
That hurts me so much.
Good, I'll say it more often then.
Oh, I thought you loved me.
The prequels are pain. You have to get used to that sooner rather than later.
Fine.
So, the last 2 characters we can really talk on are Padme Amidala.
Love her. Just so awesome. Brilliant.
While the script in episodes 2 and 3 kind of took a low turn for Padme, I believe Natalie Portman did a fantastic job with her, and she is also one of the baddest bitches around. If you have not seen that YouTube video of her, look up Natalie's rap. Just saying. Hashtag The Lonely Island. Hashtag Bad Bitches. Hashtag YouTube.
So what else?
Well, really, the only other character is Palpatine.
Palpatine? Yeah, and could he be more obvious? Seriously.
Well, I mean, he wasn't all wrinkly when he was just like a regular senator. So, yes, he could have been slightly more obvious. I think the fact that we know who he ends up being makes it very, very obvious. Just like...
No, but, you could hear the ulterior, it's the careful wording. It's well, in a way that will this will happen. It's just so obvious.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't seen don't know about that, it is fairly obvious that he ends up being a bad guy.
Yeah. Now, while you may not have the framing of him being a Sith Lord, definitely, rather corrupt politician at the very least.
Yeah.
So we don't keep this video, or we don't make this video an hour and a half long. Episode 2.
Episode 2. So there we join Anakin and Obi-Wan, who is training him, still Padawan, and sorry, my brain was
So they start off the movie, of course, getting assigned to watch Miss Natalie Portman, Senator Amidala, because she couldn't get her nose out of being one of the most powerful politicians in the known galaxy. Not doing a very good job of it.
And also being a total creeper while they try, like, Anakin being a total creeper while he tries to protect her, and that somehow making it easier for her to fall in love with him, I guess.
So, a quick aside that does relate to this video. Hayden Christensen definitely got, in his script, be a fucking creep. Because he plays it to the tens. So, to be absolutely fair, when a Jedi is usually being trained initially, they are removed from their home and they are taught to remove all outside connections, emotional or otherwise, in order to clear their minds to find the most inner peace that they can. Anakin had already found his mother, had already found the woman that he loves, who's much, much older than him, like a solid 8 years or so. Most people don't realize that Queen Amidala was quite young as a queen, but, obviously Jake Boy a bit younger.
He was at least 20 by the time, like, they returned, but still creepy. No?
No.
16?
No. Like 16, 17, I believe. I don't remember the exact floor. But Amidala was much older than him. However, she had been an adult longer. The idea that age doesn't determine your maturity level. Not so much, she was like 14 or so when she was elected queen. Yeah, BT dubs. For all those people who are masturbating over episode 1, Padme. It's not that. The term isn't pedophile. I forget the exact term, but you're kind of creepy. Just do an episode 3. Just do an episode 3.
Like, it could have, like, I do like Anakin having trouble with his emotions, being more about heart. It could have been done much better, definitely, especially without the creepiness. But I feel I understand that he just had, yeah, he was kind of a little shit about, not being able to control his anger, but that could easily be said as he just cares he just has a bit more, he just cares a lot. He does want for the best, he just...
Star Wars
has a big heart.
Star Wars episodes 2 through 6. Anakin's a little bitch. It's true. It's very true. I have a son, I must turn him to the dark side. Also cut off his hand, because, like father, like son. Oh, wait, there's this woman I love? Choke her while she's pregnant with my child. Children, because I don't use the Force to see how many lights are growing in her fucking stomach. Uterus,
Although I feel once the creepy, once Padme confesses that she loves Anakin for whatever reason, must have seduced her with his creepiness, it's more tolerable. Their interaction is more tolerable. And I think...
And what did you think?
And I do like them together, now post-creepiness.
And now Saruman. Christopher Lee. Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
His lightsaber is really cool.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee is an amazing man and actor, so he did bring a lot of legitimacy to the role. It's very interesting how you see him definitely more politically aligned than Maul was. Maul was almost strictly martial. A little bit of subterfuge, not enough. Count Dooku, subterfuge, combat, martial, and actually was really active in playing all the sides against each other in his own way. Obviously from an outsider's perspective, you could see that a lot easier, but not very obvious to the Trade Federation. They're kind of dumb. Don't worry, they die. Let's see, Yoda being a lightsaber badass.
Oh yeah.
Very interesting. His tiny little lightsaber and everything. He really should have been able to cut Dooku's legs off at least twice during that fight. The one thing I need to reflect on this movie is two things. One, it is my favorite of the prequels because I love war scenes in Star Wars. Two, they fucking overuse CGI. Now, I don't think even one of those Clone Warriors were even done practically. It was all CGI. Because I would have loved to see the natural shine off their armor and the way the colors interact and the differences and everything. But nope, all CGI. Thanks, George Lucas.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm like, can be more impressive, but I'm like that for a lot of the prequels. So, though I don't know. I think I like the potential more than I do like actual moments in the prequels, but more of the potential that it could have gone. Stop it. Potential that it could have had. I like how using Anakin, using his trouble trusting to whether to trust the Jedi or not because they don't trust him, his anger, using that to turn him around because I love that they did the Jedi betraying their own code. It actually gave actual reason for Anakin to suspect that they're evil or something. Gave a legitimate reason, and I like that. And there are times I feel for Anakin, with he goes with his emotion. Again, the times when he's not being a total creeper, which is mostly after the second half of episode 2 and on. I'd say
definitely a lot less after him and Amidala actually decide to enter into a relationship. I mean,
yeah.
To be fair, he had no reason to continue being a creeper, even though he did end up using his force powers to try to kill her during episode 3. Spoilers.
I don't know.
You really should have watched these movies by now. Hashtag been too long.
I don't know. I feel that he was very overwhelmed by his hateful emotions in the dark side. So yeah, it doesn't make I don't know. I think being overwhelmed in that way, having such clouded judgment, would be he becomes Darth Vader. No
spoilers. You should have watched it already.
Yeah, that's another thing.
You needed to give him from a storytelling standpoint, he needed to have a fall. And it being more gradual than anything, a little bit more rewarding than him being, I'm evil now, time to choke a bitch.
And it does come from a somewhat good place. I like that.
Well, the dark side comes from embracing your emotions. While typically your negative emotions is directly in opposition to the light side, very particularly the Jedi path, where one forsakes their need for emotions and their reliance on emotions to fuel the Force. So, while he was definitely turned to the dark side to try and save his wife and his children's lives and everything, and he wanted to feel what he loved, the fact that he had these connections was a bad thing. I don't really feel bad about the Sand People. Fuck those guys. I hate Tusken Raiders. They have really cool guns. But that's about it, really.
No, I actually feel like when, in episode 2, when he killed all those Sand People after his mother died, I felt that was yeah, they were horrible, but he still actually, I don't know, I like that he actually considered it a lot, actual lives, even if it, because, like he said, it wasn't just the men, it was the non-soldiers, the children. He killed all the village.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Anakin Skywalker was neither ageist nor sexist in his genocide. I absolutely agree. Hashtag not all Sith.
And he doesn't exactly go. Well, he kind of does go, "Welp, I'm evil," but in a more realistic way. He actually feels bad about like whatever bad decisions he makes. In episode and near end of episode 3 when Samuel L. Jackson Jedi.
Wait, Mace Windu.
Yes. When he ends up being his demise and goes with like he says he's in shock and like what have I done? And then it's like, well, I kind of fucked up, so and I really love Padme, so I might as well go full throttle.
And he did. Into her space vagina.
Stop it.
Spoilers. Episode 3. Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
Featuring Lava Planet. And the debut of Baby Luke and Baby Leia.
Oh my god. Well, first of all, them keeping their relationship a secret, even though they went about in episode 2 how bad of an idea that was, and going screw that. Yeah, that's a pretty big downfall. She's already preggers at the beginning of the episode. So there's that.
Was there no contraception a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away? What is this, Texas?
I don't know, maybe he just tried to pull out and they thought that would work.
A Jedi is supposed to be able to control everything, of course. Clearly he was not trained well, but yet he wanted to be a master. Who would have known?
It's like, he wants to be on the count, what they're like, yeah, you're on the council, you're not a master yet. What? No one can do this. It's like, dude, you got on the council. That's a pretty big achievement at a young age.
Basically, by blowing the Supreme Chancellor. I mean, not sucking his cock, but by like, yeah, we're best friends. I'll help you out anytime, especially after you kill the friends. Yay! So, I think the action scenes in this, while not quite as good as Attack the Clones, are really cool. Interesting having a chase scene in a Star Wars film, even though we did it the previous one as well. But this one was with an alien lizard thing that looks like it's from a almost canceled game by Studio Ico. General Grievous, I think, is one of the coolest characters if you actually know about his background. Otherwise, he's a droid, but he has body parts. What the fuck? He's walking all bow-legged and ho.
I still think that he was attempting to do a Russian villain accent.
So strangely enough, he is actually from a race of pseudo-reptile, pseudo-insect race, I believe. I haven't seen that art in a while. But, so he wasn't always that way, obviously. He used to be purely bio-organic, and slowly but surely, he, ran into some problems, and he basically lost his entire body, and he was converted into a droid body, and, he was like, don't change my mind, I want to still think like I want to think. Or, I'm not very good with accents.
That makes it sound like Dracula.
Whatever, it's still better than the Gungans. And unfortunately, they decided to change his mind a little bit, so he became a little more bloodthirsty for Jedi. Thus, the multiple lightsabers and the hate on for Obi-Wan Kenobi, and his spinning lightsaber fans of death, which is still something I find really cool.
Yeah, it's like Obi-Wan going, screw that, I found someone with double-sided lightsaber.
To be fair, 4 is more than 2.
True. Also,
Hashtag math.
Though at the beginning of episode 3, while for the most part I think the acting was well enough for Anakin, the first few lines are the most wooden thing I have ever heard. And then after that, it's like, well, yeah, it's pretty fine. Yeah, it's good. Good. It does. It does. It does the job, and I feel like it has a bit more to it than you like, and not just wooden. A few more subtleties with facial, because it's a visual medium. There's also facial cues and whatnot, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing it.
It's okay to disagree, especially when you're wrong. So
you're wrong about being wrong.
I'm sure I am. So this was supposed to be the best of the three films. I suppose a lot of people think it is. I don't think it is. Personally, we knew basically everything that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Padme was going to die young. Anakin was going to become Darth Vader. Obi-Wan and Yoda were going to run away.
In time.
Palpatine was going to get super fucking ugly. A little too ugly, honestly. They way overdid it with the fat creases throughout his face and everything. It's like, I mean, if you want to look like a complete, are you like Jabba the Hutt's cousin or something? Did you decide to go with more, vertical than horizontal lines? Maybe you need to talk to one of those people who's always by your side for makeup tips or something. Black is very slimming, he goes for the crimson. Really weird.
Should have done a black crimson combo. That would have been nice.
And we knew vaguely that many, many, many Jedi were going to die. So what do they do first? They turn the clones on the Jedi through Order 66. Which is a very cool way of eliminating a lot of them in the field and to convince them into going into the Jedi Temple alone.
I like that.
Helping Anakin kill lots of children and old women and Jedi men and women of other various ages. It's very strange because I don't believe, even though they are adepts, the old women and folk that are in the library are actually Jedi. They're adepts. They're trained to use some parts of the Force, but they never really captured. I'm really going on a tangent here. Pull back. Library tropes.
Also, I think that personally, with the twins, with Luke and Leia being born, I think that I mean, if you've already seen it, if you've already seen the original trilogy, or at least heard anything at all ever in society, in modern pop culture, you would have known, oh yeah, that's Luke and Leia. But I feel like it would be better for first timers if we didn't actually hear the names. Just have Padme moving her lips to say something, and cancel out the actual name.
It would have even been better if we didn't see that she bore twins.
Yeah.
You just see a nurse droid pulling back from her, and her dying of something other than sadness.
Yeah, that's very bullshit.
I mean, depression is a real thing, but space depression? Come on, bruh.
I don't think it would happen that fast.
She died super fast sads.
Yeah. I would have believed if it took a longer time. Much
postpartum
longer.
depression happens after you've been given birth?
Oh no, Anakin's evil, and I'm partially to blame.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of how the character is written.
Yeah.
So she dies, and Anakin becomes Darth Vader, and he kills a bunch of people, and the clones turn on the Jedi.
I do like how, as he starts to kill people more and more for Palpatine, you can actually see the anger and hatred rising. I like that.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. And his eyes begin to reflect very much like Palpatine's does, because he's becoming fully cognizant of what he's doing and why he's doing it. Yes, he's doing it to save the woman he loves, but then he proceeds to not at all hey Palpatine, before I help you kill all the Jedi and hunt down my brother and everything, why don't you tell me these things about saving the life of my wife? I mean, it might be a good idea to start on that. You know, if I'm going to be super selfish, I might as well be smart about being super selfish. But no, he doesn't. And I don't think he ever ended up learning. I mean, about that kind of immortality. But, whatever. Ends kind of with the Empire rises, the Emperor takes his place. We get Anakin's arm and legs getting chopped off in a very, very cool scene. I feel the last lightsaber battle in Episode 3 is the best in the series. Not super flippy, not super CGI, varied landscape, and good cinematography and good choreography on the parts of Ewan and Hayden.
And I don't know, it's impossible to not be like, oh my god, like, feel so much when that last dialogue between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Just, oh my god, that's so heartbreaking.
You are like a brother to me.
Oh, I'm getting sad.
So I said I'd do it again.
Okay, so we don't want to go on for 40 minutes. Let's just try and do episodes. Like, everyone knows about that, so let's...
Episode 4, the second best of the original trilogy.
Second best?
Second best. You'll find out. I forgot his freaking name. How can I forget his name? The actor who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's clearly confused about the role and doesn't really want to be there for that in the next 2 films. But he really pulls back from his, his own ego to be like, yeah, I'm a space ninja samurai. That's really cool and everything. Luke, use the Force. Keep using the Force. Don't not use the Force. Technology's kind of stupid. I don't like flying. I don't like droids. Blasters are clumsy. Don't believe in luck. Harrison Ford's Han Solo is one of the highlights of this film. And the next 2 in Episode 7.
I love this.
Because Harrison Ford is an extremely charismatic actor. And he really captures what a friggin' crappy smuggler, but someone who can weasel his way out of anything. Because, he literally runs away from it. And, he talks his way through the point where he can't run away. He definitely has that smirk he has in the movies is really fun. And how he has the least varied costuming, I think it fits better in parts. It's not the open tunic of Luke Skywalker, his 19-year-old rippling self. Chewbacca, while not as... I actually feel that Episode 7, Chewbacca is a lot more well used for what he is. It's good to have an introduction to a main character who is not human, not Jar Jar Binks, and someone who actually stays around for 4 movies. Leia is fantastic. It's very true of the times that there should have been more than one female character on screen for more than 5 minutes in the movie for her to actually have dialogue with. That isn't about a man, Bechdel test. But the Bechdel test hasn't even been invented yet, so Leia is an amazing badass.
Well, that would actually have to be with another woman in order for
that's why I always said.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful. Her outfits are amazing. Her hairstyles are amazing. Carrie Fisher is just beautiful in every way.
I do love the little aggression between her and Han, between Leia and Han. It's like, you call this a rescue? No reward is worth this. And I don't know, I love Luke and his charismatic. It's I bet there's gonna be a reward. Come on.
Greed.
Here, I love them all.
You can't sell this lightsaber for very much, apparently. Luke Skywalker.
I love him.
Mark Hamill definitely grows into his own over the 3 movies. I feel that, yes, he was supposed to be playing a whiny teenager, and he did that to a T. Though not quite as well as
I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay,
or bad.
It's not bad that you play a whiny teenager character, because teenagers most often are super fucking whiny. I was the same way when I was that young. And Hayden Christensen played a much whinier teenager. So it actually kind of makes it a little better watching the prequels first. Because you see it's like Anakin, biggest bitch. Luke Skywalker, less of a bitch. Leia, fucking badass. Padme, fucking badass. Kylo Ren.
I love
fucking bitch. Spoilers, Kylo Ren's a bitch. But in a good way.
I love how much of a little emo piss he is. It's amazing.
Spoiler for episode 7.
Oh yeah, I'll put that in the info.
So it's just gonna be like 5 hashtags of spoilers. Just in case your savior doesn't actually save you the first time. Do it in all capitals, then you do it in all lowercase, then you do one uppercase.
Okay, I'll give it. But yeah, such a pissy little whiny emo bitch. Good lord.
And so is Luke. I can't go to Tashi Station to get power converters, but Uncle Owen, I've been good. Well. Oh wait, you dead? I guess I get the power converters now, or go off into space.
Well, no, I think that was it's like, he complained while doing it, but he still loved his family.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing that runs throughout the movies, that there's obvious love between, characters and everything, whether romantic, familial, and sometimes both.
Oh, God.
You should have watched the movies by now.
Yeah.
Yoda, while being very silly in the first place to test, Luke's patience, is done a lot better as a puppet than a CGI character, in my opinion.
Wait, they've done it as CGI?
The prequels.
Oh, the prequels.
All the prequels.
But he's not silly in the prequels.
No, he's not. Because he has no reason to test the patience of a...
Yeah.
Someone who comes to a planet all by themselves, basically with a pain-in-the-ass astromech. By the way, I don't think we need to talk about C-3PO and R2-D2 because they're kind of static characters, as they should be, because they're fucking androids. Not R-I-D of androids, but,
they're hilarious.
They are a good comedic foil for the actual story that's going on, and they serve their uses. 3PO is useful in one of the 7 episodes, and R2-D2 is pretty useful all throughout. Spoilers. 3PO's kind of just there to talk for part of the audience who's like, all this is stupid, you should stop doing it, let's go home and have tea. Darth Vader?
Darth Vader, yes. Yeah, no, I love he is actually menacing. Like, the character is, he's impatient while not being a whiny little spoiled piss baby.
Well, he was mostly robot at that point, so it's much harder to bitch about your hormones and everything.
True.
Also, he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah. And, I don't know, I just, and the way he just says, he's just so calm while force choking people, and, I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. It's just, there's a menace to it. I love that.
I will be so happy if we see Lando Calrissian in episode 8 or episode 9.
I know!
Because Billy Dee Williams, if you don't know, is one of the most beautiful human beings that's still alive. I actually thought he died before episode 7, which is why we didn't see him. It's nope, he's still alive.
Good.
So, we may or may not see him, and I really hope he's not Finn's father, because that'd be stupid. But Lando Calrissian is like Han Solo.
What? No, Rey and Finn are obviously siblings, and that's the reveal. That's the big reveal.
Lando Calrissian is everything Han Solo could be if he was competent.
Well, he is the responsible of the two.
Yeah, it's very true.
All right, and I've heard for episode 6. I hear it's like I hear people say, "Oh, well, that's actually really bad." I don't think so. I think that was like not as good as 4 and 5, but I not like the
It's always in comparison.
yeah, it's always in comparison. But I think it was like the original trilogy was a very, very good trilogy, and because I have not been I have not been exposed to the horrors of the other Ewok stuff outside of that movie, I actually like them. I love the Death Bears. But again, that's because I've never seen like anything outside of that movie. So I have been spared the horror, the nightmare that would be like reading those things.
This would be the point where we talk about the Star Wars Holiday Special. Thankfully, that doesn't exist. So, the summation of the two trilogies is a enthusiastic "fuck you, George Lucas."
Yeah. I don't know. I'm more like subdued. I'm like, there could have been. It had a lot of fixings to do, but there was promise, and it was enjoyable enough to watch outside.
However, I do look forward to watching the original trilogy 9 or 10 more times in the next 6 years.
I love the original trilogy. That's like it's something special. Like it's just had so many points, and like you were saying while you were watching, it has that magic to it. The characters are good, even like they're like whiny and sometimes jerky, but like you see the intentions, you see like but they actually act like people, like decent people. Um, I also I love between Luke, Leia, and Han. I love their dynamic. It's great. Like truly friends all together. And Leia and Han.
Fuck.
Yeah. I actually I do like Leia and Han. I mean, yeah, I guess some people might say, "Oh, but she's still a total asshole who treats her awful." I don't fucking care, cause I don't know. I think he legitimately does like it is hard like smuggler asshole with a heart of gold thing, and I think there's something good in that, and she actually and that's what she falls for, and she's tough, and like I love just when they butt heads, like it's so great. It's I don't know. I think they like it fills out a good dynamic in those terms. So yeah, and I love Vader. Palpatine in the third movie, I think like there was a good I think that was good the way it was done. Like we never I think we only see a hologram of him, like a transmission of him in episode 5.
Yes.
Yes.
Pay attention.
Yes. Of course I pay attention. Don't insult me. And then we see. So I think that's very well. I think that's well done.
Well, then what's the rate? What's the race of Admiral Akbar if you're paying attention?
The race. No, I it's in here somewhere.
On Calamari.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's never mentioned in the movies.
Okay. This one, I don't know.
Nope.
Okay. And I do like how, finally, I like how Luke still had faith that his father, like there was still some good in him. I like the dynamic when they're more open about that. Luke like pretty much telling Leia, "Hey, we're twinsies." Twinsies.
Hey, girl.
A lot of emotional power. A lot and yeah, I just and Luke has grown a lot. Like especially he's definitely less of a whiny teenager, and he's more experienced, and it's like I think the whiny teenager is more or less contained to A New Hope.
I do have to hand it to him that he did grow throughout but he lost a bit of himself along the way.
Okay. So, in conclusion, the prequels mostly awful for the most part, with potential, could have been much better, but what can we do about it? Oh well. You can hate George Lucas, that's what you can do.
Disney can do anything it wants.
Yeah.
All hail Disney.
And the original trilogy is very good, so well done. I mean, I don't know, you could definitely point out some flaws in the original trilogy, but for the most part, it would be very few things, and for the most part, it would be amazing if you continued to as near perfect. At least I think so. So yes, pure. And I
unlike sand, it's coarse and rough, gets everywhere.
And I'd like to point out that the first time I tried to go through the series, I had Force Awakens had not been released in theaters yet, and this is after we have seen The Force Awakens, and a passion has risen within me for that, because I fucking love it, and all of it is amazing, and I love it all. Anyway, and I'm looking forward to episode 8, 9,
and rest of Rebels, and then watching Clone Wars, and then Rogue One, and then the Han Solo prequel. Yes, you are. It's canon. It's canon. It's canon.
Fair.
So we'd like to thank everyone for watching.
Whoever actually made it this far.
Anyone who comments in a non-negative light, and all the boffins.
I mean, critique is obviously welcome. Constructive criticism, actual constructive criticism is completely welcome.
And we'd like to thank all the boffins who died for providing this computer to record this vlog on. Remember them. May the Force be with you. Always.
And with you.
This isn't a Catholic church, is it?
I don't know, I'm Jewish. I don't know shit about that.
This is usually where you do an outro of some kind.
I don't have editing skills.
You need no, you don't need editing skills. I mean, it's totally fine. This is Tumblr. You need a catchphrase, or you need a graphic to go at the end, or you need to do end hashtags, or the little screen where it gives the hyperlink.
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Here.
Technology is amazing. You are right there. See, I'm pointing at you.
Just do it.
Fine.
I love you.
This is really. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. This is Allie Senpai at AllieSenpai@tumblr.com, whatever it is. Signing out.
Something fangirly.
You already did that. Shut up. And we'll be working on a catchphrase if you want. Whatever.